make that happen. And we're very proud of them and very thankful for them. And that is something that's very important to be said. And to the community out there that is giving so much, that's constantly donating and helping those first responders that are here working tirelessly, and so much in donations, we want to thank them too. Thank you to so many around the nation and around the world that have expressed help to help us with this situation. Nobody thought that this could happen here in Miami Beach. But ladies and gentlemen, we will know, as the governor said and as the mayor said, what took place, how it happened, and so this will never happen again within our community. Quiero darle las gracias al presidente que ha dado las donaciones y afirmó la declaración de emergencia, también a nuestros senadores federales y los congresistas también que han sido parte, también a nuestro gobernador que ha estado presente en todo momento, ha mandado su gente aquí para ayudarlos a los otros. No solamente han ido con él y su personaje, pero también ha buscado dinero privado para ayudar y ya consiguió $1 millón de una compañía, Leonard, dentro de nuestra comunidad en el estado de Florida. Para nosotros es un orgullo tener un equipo así, también con todos los comisionados que están conjunto conmigo, para buscar la forma de trabajar juntos, para buscar la solución eventualmente a lo que nos sucedió a nosotros. Es un orgullo de poder tener un equipo como los bomberos que tenemos nosotros, que son reconocidos en el mundo entero por la labor que ellos hacen, son los mejores en este tipo de circunstancias. Ellos están trabajando día y noche y no paran para la llovizna, no paran para los rayos, nada. Ellos están buscando la forma de buscar personas vivas en estos momentos. Son personas que, verdad, se merecen la gratitud, como dijo el gobernador, son héroes en nuestra comunidad. Son conjuntos. Se está trabajando como un equipo grande para buscar una solución a este problema que tenemos delante de nosotros, trabajando en conjunto. Pero quiero también darle las gracias a nuestra comunidad, una comunidad que ha salido adelante y ha traído todo lo que ha podido traer para ayudar, dinero, ha traído víveres, cosas para ayudar a todos aquellos que están aquí trabajando. Para nosotros, de nuevo, es un orgullo tener una comunidad como la que tenemos nosotros, y también a todos los que están nacionalmente y federalmente, que también están ayudando, afuera de este país, que están dando ayuda, y también nacionalmente. Te quiero dar las gracias por parte de la comisión de Miami-Dade County y su alcaldesa también. Gracias.
Por favor, la comunidad está tan concernada. ¿Cómo llegan al número 259?
Thank you, Commissioner. And now the Vice Chair of the Commission, Oliver Gilbert.
Today I actually wore my 305 t-shirt. I wore my 305 t-shirt because I wanted to remind us who we were and how strong we are and how we get through things. But this is a tragedy, but we've gotten through tragedies before. And how we get through it is like this. It's like having a governor who steps up and steps in. It's having a president who cares and leads with his heart. It's having a mayor who's out here tirelessly, a chairman and a commission who all stand together, commissioners from every part of this county, people all over this county, people all over this country actually praying. This is independent of the rain and the overcast. I understand how dark this day is. I understand the possibility exists that it gets darker, that it gets sadder. But we have to always understand that we can get through anything together. And that's this. We wrap ourselves around those families with our resources and our love and our effort and our work, because we're going to keep working and we're going to keep praying. That's what this community does. That's what's gotten us through hurricanes. That's what's gotten us through every tragedy we've ever experienced. Our togetherness, our sense of community. I'm happy to have a president, a governor, a mayor, a chairman of the county commission. We all understand that. We all understand that. It's important that you all understand it. And understand that your role in this, if you can hear my voice, please donate, help these families. But most of all, please pray. Please pray. Look, my dad was a Baptist pastor. The fervent prayers of the righteous availeth much. That means if we all pray and we all agree and we all actually believe, it can actually do something for us. But let's make it do something for us. How do I say that in Spanish?
Recen.
Recen.
Oren.
Oren, por favor.
There you go.
There you go. All right.
There you go.
You said it very well.
Thank you, Vice Chairman. And now Commissioner Raquel Regalado.
Bueno, yo voy a empezar en español. Primero, muchas gracias por la oportunidad. Yo creo que muchos de mis colegas han hablado sobre cómo esta tragedia ha unido a nuestra comunidad y yo creo que cada vez que tenemos una tragedia eso ocurre. En las últimas horas, nuestra alcaldesa, el gobernador y el presidente Biden ha declarado esto un estado de emergencia, ¿no? Y yo creo que eso es importante, más cuando escuchamos los lamentos de las familias, ¿no? Las personas tienen muchas preguntas sobre esta tragedia y nosotros también. Nosotros somos lo primero que queremos darles respuesta, pero a la misma vez tenemos que recordarle que este es un sitio de peligro, ¿no? Que nuestros bomberos y nuestros policías se están poniendo en peligro cada momento que están dentro de este sitio, ¿no? Esta tragedia se pudiera complicar y hemos hecho todo lo posible para no tener esa complicación y por eso le pedimos paciencia, ¿no? Le pedimos que entiendan que es una situación muy compleja y que nosotros y los profesionales estamos trabajando juntos para darle a nuestra comunidad todas las respuestas, desde como estaba diciendo el gobernador sobre la estructura hasta las preguntas que se han hecho sobre los cambios en los números, ¿no? Cosas tan complejas hasta que aquí no se podían rentar, pero hay personas que estaban rentando, ¿no? Y eso ha cambiado lo que era inicialmente nuestro entendimiento de cuántas personas estaban en este sitio, pero yo creo que lo más importante es que sepan que se está haciendo todo lo posible para responder a las preocupaciones de la comunidad y se está haciendo de una manera muy unida, donde todo el mundo está haciendo su parte, ¿no? Para asegurar que esto sea una tragedia limitada a lo que hemos visto hasta este momento. Really quickly, I think all my colleagues have spoken about the unity and the tremendous opportunity that this has shown in terms of our community coming together. A few hours ago, our mayor, our governor, and also the president declared this a state of emergency, and that's important for everyone to understand. This is still a very dangerous site, and we're with the families, and we want to give them answers, just like we want to give the community answers, and we want answers ourselves, and we've been very clear about that internally and to the public, but this is still a very dangerous place. We had an initial tragedy. That tragedy is compounded through the search and recovery effort, and we want to ensure that it does not become more tragic because we do not take the right path. So we ask you to be patient, to understand that this is an ongoing process. The weather doesn't help. The nature of the tragedy doesn't help. But we're doing everything in our power, and we thank our locals for helping, the cities that have stepped up, the commissioners, obviously FEMA, the governor. It's really been an enormous show of support, and we're really grateful for that, and that's why we ask you for your patience and your understanding. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. And now from the Florida Division of Emergency Management, Kevin Guthrie.
Thank you. I'll be very brief. First of all, I want to thank the governor for his leadership and stepping up and just, giving me the authority to get whatever we need to get from the state resources here to help handle the situation. I will give an update real quick on state resources. So we have mobilized through our state fire marshal's office a couple of extra urban search and rescue task forces across the state, as well as we put Florida Task Force 2, City of Miami, into the fight this morning. We do have the Department of Economic Opportunity that will be coming in with some of their resources for some of the businesses that may be impacted by what's going on, the shut down streets and whatnot, and they'll be going door to door to some of those businesses throughout the day tomorrow and over on Sunday. The last thing that I'll update on the resources are from the federal side. On the federal side, we do have about 20, give or take, FEMA personnel that will be coming in somewhere between 3 o'clock this afternoon and into tomorrow that will again start to assist with volunteer organizations, some of the obviously urban search and rescue oversight and so on. So those are the things that are coming in. I'd be remiss, we are going to open up an insurance village through the Chief Financial Officer's office over at the Family Reunification Center, and again that'll be targeted to the individuals that are at the 8777 Collins Avenue address. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. There are no new updates right now from public safety since the briefing this morning. However, we are going to be answering questions. Please raise your hands. You'll be selected, and then we'll take it from there so we can be assertive. Go ahead, sir.
Sorry about the question. A lot of us spent some time at the family center, and
Could you speak up a little bit, please? We can hear you.
Yes, for those of us who've been spending time with the families, we've been recording a lot of frustration, just amounting frustration. I just spent some time with a family that rented an apartment at the complex right next to the site, and they just kept stressing how unhappy they are because they haven't seen anybody on the mountain, on the top of the road. We explained that most of it is happening from underneath, but there's just a lot of families are very unhappy with the numbers, and visually they don't see what they want to see, I guess. So if you could address that.
Yes, no. I assure you we're doing everything that we can. We've been actively searching from the minute this incident occurred. Several different obstacles. This type of situation, we're looking at optimal for survivability. And so that's where we've had several teams, Florida Task Force 1, 35 up to 80 members searching, and we've been mainly under the main pile, shoring up areas, trying to find void spaces, looking to see if we can find survivors. We've been sweeping the pile remotely using sonar devices, our cameras, our dogs, looking for any type of possible survivors, and that's kind of drives where we're searching. I understand the frustration, and I assure you, we're doing everything that we can. We're honored, Miami-Dade Fire Rescue, Florida Task Force 1, we're one of the best in the nation, and we've been nonstop working hard and doing all that we can, trying to find everyone's loved ones, and we will continue doing that.
I'd like to add, I would just like to add that if I could personally go out and dig, I would dig, but that is not safe for me or for the first responders or for the people that may still be alive. So this is the safe way to do it, and people of course are desperate and they're willing to go out and dig themselves, but that is simply not possible. It's not for lack of personnel. We have all the personnel that we need. We're doing this in the way that is preserving lives.
Alcaldesa, el gobernador dijo hace un momento en su declaración que aunque obviamente están buscando sobrevivientes entre los escombros, aquí también hay otra prioridad y es darle una explicación a los familiares de esas personas que están desaparecidas. ¿Cómo pasó esto? ¿Cómo se pudo haber caído medio edificio? Usted es la cabeza del gobierno en el condado. ¿Qué habla usted con el gobernador sobre ese tema? Y obviamente, ¿qué le dice usted a las familias? ¿Se va a llegar aquí para las consecuencias?
Mira, lo más importante en este momento es salvar vida. Estamos enfocados en búsqueda y rescate. Y eso es lo más importante de todo. Mientras todo estamos mirando el edificio, colectando evidencia, pero el momento de seguir con la investigación es después. No podemos seguir ahora, es peligroso. Tenemos que seguir adelante buscando vidas.
Mayor, could you discuss, please, the definition of unaccounted for? Starting with what universe you're beginning with, what number?
Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Erika, el problema es que, como dijo la alcaldesa, en este momento es salvar vidas. Y como dijo el señor que estaba preguntando, que lo que quieren ver las personas es que están trabajando para salvar las vidas. No te creas que no hay ingenieros ahí mirando las cosas, porque están. Tenemos ingenieros del gobierno federal, estatal, la persona estatal, local, del condado, están mirando, pero tenemos un proceso y ese proceso, ahora sí te lo digo, la alcaldesa, el gobernador, todos los que estamos envueltos acá, este proceso se va a saber exactamente qué sucedió y vamos hasta el punto de lo que se va a llevar a cabo. Así que por ese lado no se preocupe, pero es un proceso todo.
Yeah, and let me just say in English, the most important thing right now is to save lives. And that is exactly what we are doing. But as the chairman said, we have structural engineers on site. We have structural engineers from the state, from the federal government, all of them involved. And when it is time to launch the investigation, we will. We all want answers. We all need answers. We never want this to happen again. The question, how do we explain 100? Yes.
What number do you start with? What has to happen for you to deduct one?
Correct,
add one?
correct. So when we say there are 157 unaccounted individuals, that is people that may or may not have been on the site. So those are people that maybe lived there, but we don't know whether they were there at the time. So we are waiting for confirmation always of the exact numbers. People may materialize, we may identify them, they may be out of contact, and then we take them off that list. Obviously, if we find them, they are taken off the list. So it's not only people who may be affected by this tragedy, it may be people that we've been told, maybe people are calling in, maybe this person was there. That's not to say they were definitely there.
It was 159 yesterday. Is it now 157 because
What's
of the...
the... Uh-huh. I misspoke. It's 159.
So to clarify, the 159 unaccounted for could be people that their families have reported them missing or they were on a roster as if they were living in the apartment.
Any possibility that they were there, they're included. So then we do our very best to find where they might be, and then we can take them off the list. Yes.
Okay, last question here, because I know she.
Louder.
Speak up.
Okay, we can.
I was hoping that maybe the fire department could expand on the location where the 3 individuals were found
Yeah.
tonight. Maybe describe some of the efforts that were required.
Yeah, so as we're going through, there's different strategies that we attempt. Starting off, obviously, we're looking where we feel there's that void space, or where we think that there's the greatest potential, and that's kind of where we're relocated. That's where we've been going through the parking garage underneath, tunneling under shore and looking for that area. Different areas now, as you see, we have more heavy equipment coming through. You see us working more on top of the pile as well. And so that's where some of the individuals, have been found as we're going through and locating, bringing in heavier equipment, doing different aspects. So, I can't give you specifics of where we located, but we are, coming up with a search plan per se, where we develop grids and we go through different areas. But again, what drives that is different things that we see. When we use our dogs and different signals, when we're using sonar equipment, different signals, using our cameras, different signals, as well as just when we're in there and searching and what we come across. So that's what we've established so far, and we'll continue moving forward, hopefully with some form of positive outcome.
Following up, are there any air quality concerns, and are there any special equipment that first responders are using because of those concerns?
Yes, absolutely. We have air respirators that we use when we're definitely underneath and we're doing certain components. We bring in vent fans, so we definitely try to circulate. Again, in minimal space. So when we find a void space and we find different opportunities, we definitely will try to circulate air through there to assist with that.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Thank you. And now we're going to have a Creole translator for a Creole community. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Let's do it after him, please.
Pendant que nous avons remercié aux missionnaires ensemble avec le gouverneur, avec le président, pour le travail qu'ils ont fait, avec la façon qu'ils ont supporté nous, nous avons fait nous connaître que le travail a continué, nous avons continué à chercher les gens toujours pour nous capable qui gens nous sauver plus de vie que possible. Et puis tout, qui gens que nous capables de donner plus d'informations à chaque famille qui après tant que nous porter une bonne nouvelle pour eux, que un service d'urgence capable de sauver quelques vies. Le travail a continué, l'opération a continué, et puis tout, ça que nous gagnons, c'est que nous gagnons une équipe d'urgence qui est une des plus bonnes équipes qui gagne dans le monde. Donc, imaginez-nous, tous les professionnels, ils ont continué le travail sans arrêter, même si la pluie a tombé et rend tout le bagage difficile pour eux. FIMA a envoyé un pile support à nous-mêmes par ici. Et puis tout, il faut bien nous dire nous tout que coordination entre Miami-Dade Fire avec le police département, avec tout l'autre État fédéral, avec tout l'autre partenaire, ils sont toujours ensemble, ils travaillent ensemble avec nous. Dans le moment ça, il y a 127 personnes que nous sommes capables de dire que nous rejoignons, que nous connaissons qui côté que est. Mais il y a 159 tout, nous ne connaissons pas qui côté que est là, et nous espérons que nous sommes capables de joindre. Pas oublier, l'information a venu très souvent, très rapide, et puis tout, les professionnels dans l'équipe d'urgence, ils continuent à chercher. Nous demandons à la communauté pour continuer à donner toute information possible, de façon que nous sommes capables d'identifier les familles que nous parlons. Tant pis, relais dans le numéro 305 614 18 19. 305 614 18 19. Ou bien, visitez dans miamidade.gov et puis, /emergency. Et nous avons demandé tout pour tout le monde continuer à donner support et puis faire comme ça tant pis. Nous déjà recevoir au moins $100,000 dans la main en pile monde. Que bon Dieu bénisse nous pour travailler ça. Dans le moment ça, nous demandons pour tout le monde si vous avez besoin de plus d'informations, aller dans le centre de réunification pour famille pour être capable de voir qui information que nous sommes capables de gagner. Nous disons merci en pile pour ce moment ça.
Definitely